Welcome to Code Intraster. Hi everybody and welcome to Code Intraster. So in this video we're going to discuss about the components of Windows. So normally when you open up an application it takes a space in your screen. So this is basically the frame. The frame has width, height and all those stuffs. And above the frame we have lots of other visual elements which we'll be talking about in seconds. First bar which we see here is called as the title bar, and it has the name of the application. And for example if you open up an word processor, we have the file name. For example, the default file is untitled, so the name of the file which you're opening and the name of the application. So the title bar for different application is gonna have some different stuffs unique to its software, and we can find a lot of other options in the title bar, which is the minimize button and the maximize button and the close button. So this is basically called as the title bar, and we have a small icon for this application, and this title bar is also used as a control point for moving the window. Alright, so now let's learn about these three buttons. This is the minimize button, which minimizes the window, and this is a maximize button, which maximizes the window. Now the maximize window turns into a restore icon. Now it will just restore it to the previous position. Here is a close button. When you click the control point and move it over to the side, we can take this application to half screen. And when you open up another application, say for example let me open up a spreadsheet, and you can resize it as well, so you can work simultaneously between multiple apps. And of course you can maximize it and restore it to the previous position. So the second bar which we find after the title bar is called as the menu bar. Many apps kind of follow the similar structure. We find file, edit, view, insert, format, table and all those stuffs. So when you click an option in the menu bar, we have the sub menu, and it lists even more options. And whatever the triangle icon which you find here is called as an indicators, and this indicates that it's going to open another sub window. So normally you can put a group of functions together under a generic, so it saves your screen space. And another important property of an application is the status bar. The status bar, the last bar which this application has. So this status bar, it's gonna take a different position according to the application, but normally it does take its position at the bottommost part of an application. So here we find a lot of other information. For example, when we move to one page to another, this status bar updates us, telling more information about which page we are in. This application has a wide variety of information, like for example the language we type in and the insertion mode, whether it's an insert or over mode. This changes when you click the insert key on your keyboard. So, and other lots of informations like zoom in and zoom out, and that is a slider here. Next component what we're going to discuss is the scroll bar. The scroll bar, there are two types. One is the horizontal scroll bar, which moves right and left, and there is a vertical scroll bar which moves top and bottom. So next we're going to talk about is the split bar. So this splits the window into two parts, showing us two different information. So instead of opening a different window, it just displays it into a single screen. And the next thing we're going to talk about is the toolbar, which you find next to the menu bar. The menu bar is also called as the action bar. So even Android phones now have action bars. In the word processor we have toolbars and lots of icons. The most common operations that we do in the word processor. For example, when you have used applications such as Photoshop or any paint tools, we find a toolbar. GIMP software, we're gonna find a different kind of toolbar. Here we find the GNU application. Let's open it to a full screen, and here there is a floating toolbar. A toolbar, it can be vertical or horizontal, but it displays the most common task that we do in any program. Now, the last component of a window is called as the work area, where we really do our task. So this is where we type in and we save our documents. So most of the work what we do stays inside this area. Hopefully we learned a lot about the components of Windows, and in the next video let's learn a bit more about computers. Thank you guys. See you soon. This is Code Interest signing off. Thank you for watching. See you soon.